Hey everybody, Kevin Michelson with HQ Insurance here in Nashville, reaching out to you today with a little video to help you determine what flood zone you might find yourself in when the flood maps change here in Davidson County in late 2015. So here I am on FEMA's website, their actual map service center. So it's msc.fema.gov. It'll bring you to this page. And we're going to put in an address. I'm putting in 1645 Harpeth Run Drive. And they definitely had some issues in this part of town in the May 2010 flood. So let's watch and see if their flood zone changed. So here's the result for that address. And here you can see the map. And you're able to zoom in, zoom out, so you get a better bearing of where you're at. But what we're really interested in is this flood map right here from 2001. And that's going to show us the current status. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And that button will bring us to this page. And you can see it's kind of a zoomed out area. I happen to know that the Harpeth Bend area, Harpeth Run area is in this part of town. Now you can remember this is from 2001. This neighborhood wasn't even developed in 2001. Here you can see the main road coming in, and the floodplain and flood zones according to that part of town back from when these maps were done in 2001. So really hard to get your bearings here. But there's another tool that I want to show you. Another tool for you to check out is actually on Metro, Davidson County, and it's maps.nashville.gov, and we'll go ahead and pull that up, and you'll see that if we go to their interactive maps button, this parcel viewer is very, very handy. So we'll go ahead and open that up, agree to their disclaimers here apparently, and punch in that address that we had entered in before. So we're going to search by address, and we'll put in that same address, 1645 Harpeth Run, and that's a drive. And go ahead and search for that, and there it is. We'll zoom right in, and this is probably a little bit closer than we want, but here you can see the house itself and the parcel, and it looks like there's some kind of map here. We're able to play around with the layers a little bit. We're going to change the zoning and get rid of this floodplain overlay so that you can get a better idea of what's going on. Let's zoom out so you can kind of see the area. Alright, so there, that's better. This is Harpeth Run Drive. Here is Harpeth River area. So remember, this area wasn't even around when that last flood map was shown. So here's that flood map again that we were looking at for Harpeth Run Drive in Nashville. You can't even see the streets because they didn't exist, but the way it is today, that Harpeth Run Drive is right in this area. If you look at this Metro map, right, so we've got the FEMA floodplain turned off. So here you can see the street. I believe this is the Harpeth River back here. We go over to the map layers and put on the FEMA floodplain. It'll take a second for it to catch up. And there you can see some of that detail that we were looking at before in the original map that didn't even have these streets in here. Right? So this is a great tool as well in Davidson County for you to understand how severe the risk currently is, but not in relation to the new maps that are going to be changing in 2015. Okay, so now we kind of understand where we're at currently, the current flood map, and let's find out what's going to happen in the future. So to do that, we go back to the FEMA Flood Map Service Center, okay, and we're going to look to get additional products for Nashville and Davidson County. We'll go ahead and click on that. So that link brings us to a products page for all of Davidson County, and we can see what the current map panels look like. There are preliminary products which have been proposed, and this is what's coming in later in 2015. Or you can check out historical. You can go back into the 80s and 70s, I guess, if you wanted to look at that. We're concerned about preliminary, and what we want to look at are the preliminary firm panels. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And this first one, which has IND, is the index. We want to go ahead and download the index, okay? Because that's going to show us all the details. So this is that index. We've gone ahead and downloaded it. It's a pretty big file. But here you see all of Davidson County broken out into map panels. And I know that the Riverwalk area is going to be obviously on the west side of town. Right? So what we're looking for is we want to determine our location. And then there's a map panel that we need to locate. And then once we determine that, we can figure out which panel we need to look at back on that index page, and then the specifics, even on the street that we're looking for. Okay, so here we are. This is the area that we were looking at before. So we're looking for 309. Let me zoom in one more, maybe two more. And here you can really see the map panel number. So this is the number we're going to be searching for back on that index page. And really the last four numbers and the character are important to us. So here on the index, we know we're looking for 309H. All right, so we'll go back to the FEMA Flood Map Service Center, and we're looking for 309. Scrolling down to 309 right here. We'll go ahead and hit the download button. Again, this is a pretty big file. And here it is. We'll go ahead and open that up. Alright, so now here's the neighborhood that we were talking about before, right, in this area. So Harpeth Run Drive is this one right up against the Harpeth River. So we'll go ahead and zoom in to see the details of the flood zone and any changes that may have occurred, so we can get an idea of what our risk is if we happen to be the residents of that on that street. Okay, so here it is right here, Harpeth Run Drive. Harpeth River is behind us. It certainly swelled beyond its banks during that time frame. And here we are at the parcel level, and we can kind of see that, you know, it's not as terrible as somebody might think. A lot of these homes had significant damage in the May 2010 floods. But really just the outskirts of their parcels are ending up. This doesn't show the buildings, it shows the parcels themselves, just the tail ends of them ending up in a lot of cases. So what happened here is the developer put a lot of fill in to make sure that they were high enough above that base flood elevation. And if we go back to the Metro map and kind of compare that, and zoom in a little bit, you can see that really it's the back of the parcel that's ending up in this square check area is what we're worried about. It's the back of the parcel that's ending up in the floodplain. So really not much of a change for the folks in this part of town. But you know, that may not be the case in your neighborhood. Maybe you're coming out of a flood zone, in fact. You know, I mean, there are definitely a lot of people that are going to be impacted from this negatively, and there are going to be some people that are going to be impacted positively. So if I can help you out in any way, shape, or form, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Phone number is 615-538-8480, or if you want to contact me electronically, you can get me at NashvilleFloodInsurance.com.